everybody. How are we all doing? Hopefully good. We're gonna get started with this mat class today, doing some standing footwork. As always, my name is Martha. I just want to make sure that my head doesn't get chopped off in this video. Okay, so we're gonna start in a parallel position, just a few inches between the knees and toes. I have chosen to do some 3-pound weights. You do not have to, it is totally up to you. But we'll go ahead and bend into the knees. You can see that my heels are down for this. And then press the legs straight. So a little bend and press. So starting just a little bit small, warming up into the quadriceps, working across the ankles, the feet, and of course into our arms. So here we go, right? We'll do 3 more. Check the ribs so they're not popping out, keep them in. And then we're gonna hold down here and do a little pulse. And pulse, a little press. Just a couple inches down and up. We have 4, 3, 2, 1, and press it straight. We'll take the legs into our Pilates V, heels together, toes apart. That ballet first position if you're familiar. And we're gonna bring the arms out in front of us and down. Hello, I'm seeing some thumbs ups from my people out there in the world. So glad to see you. Glad you're here. Keep this going. Weights or no weights, you can still be moving the arms so that we're getting a little bit of action no matter how light. We'll do a couple more. Then we're gonna hold. I'm gonna go back to a little small pulse with the legs, switch up the arms a little bit. Going for about 10 here. Press it straight, bring it in. Now we go wide, so we're externally rotated through the hips. And then with our arms, we're gonna go a little bit bigger. I'm gonna press overhead and then pull those elbows in. So trying to keep the knees in aligning over the toes. This just means I have that right rotation for my body. Everybody's gonna be a little bit different with the rotation through their hips. So you really always just wanna check in, make sure that you're going to a place that is good for you. Or not like crazy flexible ballerinas here. I mean, maybe some of you are, I don't even know. But me, that is not the case. So just kind of working into the rotation that works for you. That's the most important. Let's do 2 more. 1 more, then we're gonna hold and a little pulse, little press. Breathe with it. We go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Awesome. And then we're gonna just do one last one, parallel, kind of wider than just that, couple inches apart. I'm gonna say maybe 12 inches apart. Sheet of paper on the floor. And here I'm gonna go straight out to the side with the arms. Now that might be kind of heavy. You might try to do this without the weights, or maybe you want to do something a little bit lighter, which could be like a tricep press overhead. I'll get back a little so you can see that. So options, you got options. Should be feeling some heat generated across the shoulders and through the back, as well as through the legs. Breathe with it. Now I have my chair today just as a little assist if I need it in some of the exercises. You might not need it at all. And then hold down there, get low, little press, little press. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press it, bring it in. Great. My people, I'm gonna set my weights down, grab a quick drink. And then standing on my mat, back to that parallel position. I'm gonna circle those arms up. Get that stretch through the front of the body. Roll down through the spine, kind of stretching into the back of the legs. Mine feel particularly tight today. Shake the head no, nod it yes. And then we walk the hands out. So we find that plank position, drop those heels away from the top of the head. We're going to lower those knees down, pull the hips back, stretch into a little child's pose, across the shoulders. Walk the hands over one direction, and then walk them over the other direction. And back forward, we'll come up to an all fours. I've got my shoulders are over the wrists, my hips are over the knees, just a little bit of space here. And when we round into the spine, finding that articulation, that stretch across the back, breathe into it, and then go the opposite direction, lengthening into our thoracic spine. And repeat that. Round through it, hollow out the abs, lengthen through it, extend. Good. And we'll just do that one more time. You're kind of taking that at your pace, really trying to feel all the musculature along the back. We have so many muscles through our backs. Tuck your toes under. We can be on our hands here. If you have any issues on your hands, you can come to your forearms. Lift your knees up. Hold, hold, hold. So this is just a little core challenge, a little check-in with the spine. Try not to sink down. Push that floor away like you're trying to keep the floor down. Hollow out the abs. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Lower those knees. Pull it back. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then we walk ourselves all the way upright. Good. I'm going to come onto my back. We're going to go into some bridge work first. So your feet are flat on the mat, a few inches between the knees and toes. Check for that neutral spine to start. That means that the hip bones and the pubic bone are in the same plane, so you're not smashing your lower back into the floor. Then as you lift your pubic bone, you're rolling up through it. You'll feel that your hip bones get closer to your rib bones, and then you peel all the way up. Hold here at the top, just noticing the engagement through the glutes, the hams, the hamstrings. Press down through that big toe, activate into the inner thigh, and return back down. And repeat that. We'll do that 3 more times. Rolling through it, articulating the spine, checking in on the body, and then lowering back down. 2 more. Breathe it out. Find that length. Lower it down. And then 1 more time. Finding it again. Lifting and holding. Stay here. Try to shift your weight toward your feet there so that you're feeling the hamstrings pulling you toward the opposite room, and then lower it all the way down. If you need to do a little quick hug to stretch into the back or lengthen into the hamstrings as you're getting that warm up through the body, do so. We come back to this position. I want to give you the option of having weights. So, of course, this might be not what you do. It's always up to you. We're going to peel up just like before. I'm pressing my arms overhead like a chest press. And we're going to lift one leg either to tabletop or toward the ceiling. Now, I'm going to lower that leg and lift it, which is either you're lowering and lifting bent or you're lowering and lifting straight. Flex that foot down, lift it up. 1 more time. So we're doing about 5 or 6. We lower halfway and we press halfway down, press it up. 3 more, 2 more, 1. We return that leg down, stay down, so we go halfway down into those hips, right? We're gonna open those knees and close. Open and close. We can hold the arms down, press it up. Now, as we continue to open and close, we're going to lift those hips a little bit, lower the hips a little bit. The goal here being to feel the activation into the inner thighs on top of what's already going on with our glutes and our hamstrings. Find the connection to your breath. Engage in your core. A little bit of endurance here, so if you need to stop, stop anytime. 2 more. And hold here at the top. We bring the other leg in. I'm going to show, just for sake of demonstration, what it looks like with the bent leg of me. You're lifting and lowering, right? Now you could be going straight arm down, straight arm up. Good, so you've got that. We're going to do 3 or 2 more. Then we're going to hold here at the top. We lower it a little bit, we lift a little bit. Lower and lift. Breathe it in, breathe it out. Full press. And this is the last one. We bring both feet down. Can you keep your hips up for me just a little while longer? We're going to lift those heels, walk the feet in a little bit, walk it out. Now I'm going to do a little tricep press, slow motion, as I pull those feet in and as I walk those feet out. If that's too much, you're going to take a break, come back to it, do a little bit, do a lot of it. Keep that breath pattern moving through the body. I'm going to step my feet out, try to get that even, lower the heels, lift the heels, lower the heels, lift. Now for me, I start to really feel that into my inner thighs. Everybody's different. We have 3, 2, and 1, and everything comes down and relaxes. Setting the weights down for a moment, I go back to hugging the knees into the chest. Told you I was feeling it into my inner thighs, so I'm going to do a little kind of butterfly stretch here just while I'm on my back, and feel those inner thighs get a little release, a little stretch. So keep stretching. I'm going to get a quick drink. And then we're going to do more ab work this time. So continuing to use weights if we want them. Here our legs come to our tabletop, our lower back is connected into the mat in that imprinted position. We extend one or both legs out and in. So you could go single or you could go double, right? Or you could do a combo, maybe single, single, double, right? Mixing it up, getting wild. If you need to, you can put your head down for this, or you could support with the head. Yeah? Breathe it out. Breathe it in. Feeling that forward reflection in the upper body if you'd like it deeper. Yeah. And then let's finish with that one. Bring those legs to our tabletop position and then open the knees out. So we've got kind of a diamond shape with the legs. Here I'm going to just kind of bring my arms a little bit close to my chest, press it through the diamond, and then pull it back in. Breathe it out. If you'd like it a little lighter, maybe you use 1 weight instead of 2. Breathing with it. You could lower the legs a little bit for just a little more challenge. We're going to go 3 more. 2. And then 1 more. And we bring it in. I'm going to take just 1 weight in the hand, 1 hand behind the head, and extend my legs up to the sky. They can be bent if you'd like. There could be some variation. And reach across. Breathe it out. Looking to get into those obliques. We've got muscles through the spine as well. Multifidus and rotators that we gotta get warming up. We want to make sure they're strong. 2 more. 1 more. And then we switch to the other side and same thing, reach. Breathe it out. Breathe it in. We have 5 more. My people, keep going. 4, 3, 2, really reach. And 1, and you're done with that. Okay, both weights are coming down. Both hands are coming behind the head. We lift each leg to that tabletop. And we're going to rotate. We're going to hold and then press into it. And then we switch, rotate, hold, and then little press into it. Nice, my people. Rotate, hold there, little retracting, and then deepen that. Breathe it out. Inhale. Now you could keep your knees bent as you do this. Notice I'm like struggling to breathe. Or you could even put your feet down, right? So it's really up to you. One more time. Breathe it out. Last one. Everything comes in and relaxes. Okay, quick sip. We're gonna come onto our stomachs next. So finding your way onto your stomach, make an X shape with the body. I'm filling my abs from that previous exercise, so that's good. I'm kind of face planting here. Any back issues, you can just keep your head resting on your arms here. Definitely make sure you externally rotate in the hips so your kneecaps are pointing away. We're gonna lift one arm and leg and lower. Lift the other arm and leg and lower. Breathe it out. Breathe it in. Slow motion reach. Feeling the glute active, as well as getting into that hamstring to lift that leg. Nice. Let's go one more time, each side. Last one. We lower down. Now if you need to pull back into like a child's pose, stretch that lower back, do so. Otherwise, lift everything. And again, slow motion. Everything is lifted. No breaks. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and down. Pull back. Child's pose. Stretch it out. Whew. Okie dokie. Okay, quick drink. We're gonna do some side lying work here. So when you're doing this side lying work, you could be on your forearm, lifted through the upper body, right? Or you could be kind of resting on your side and holding your head in your hand or on a pillow or what else. Here we're gonna extend those legs all the way straight. Now we're stacked in the hips. We lift, we point, we lower. Lift, point, and lower. So you're gonna have your hand there in front of you just for a little extra balance. Try not to sink into that shoulder if you're in this forearm position. I can't talk and do this one at the same time. Breathe it out, breathe it in. Two more. And then last one. Now we're going to take that leg out in front, and then we're going to lift up and over behind. Keep going with this. Lift in front and behind. I'm feeling I need a little cushion under the hip there. Right? So we could do a flexed foot here or a pointed foot. Trying to find that range. Feel the outer thigh working. Check in on the shoulder. If you're feeling something in the neck here, it's kind of irritating, you might try lifting and lowering from down low. This makes it a little bit easier. So if you're wanting to go to the lightest, that's the lightest. If you're up on the forearm, you're going to feel that waistline acting a little bit more. Two more. Last one, forward and back. Nice. Now we're going to hold that leg up. Here I am going to lower down. Hold that up and then lift the bottom leg to it. Lift, Breathe it out. Breathe it in. I start to get a little kink in that neck, so gotta be careful about that. 4 more. 3 more, guys. Keep moving. 2 more. Even though you're not seeing me doing it, doesn't mean you shouldn't. Last one. Good. Then both legs are gonna move together. This freaking hip is digging into the mat. So keep going. Actually, just pause. I gotta get a cushion. Sorry. So sometimes we just have bony parts, right? So both legs are together and we lift and lower them together. Breathe it out. Breathe it in. We have 5 and 4 and 3, 2, last one, and done. All right. If you had like a Bosu ball or like another cushion, you might find you like that under the hip. If you have any hip issues the way that I am having, you could kind of experiment with that. Okay, so to the other side we go. We lift, point, and lower. Lift, point, and lower. Looking to keep our parallel so the knees and toes are always pointing in front of us. We have 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Okay, now that leg's gonna come in front. Then we're gonna try to lift it high and behind. We try not to kick the wall. We lift up in front and lift up and tap behind. Tighten up through your core there. When you're reaching to that back, engage there so you're not dropping the hip back. We want to keep those hip bones pointing right in front of us. See if you can get that height. We have 4 more and 3 more and 2 more. Last one. Bring it forward and relax. Okay, here is where I'm going to come down onto my arm a little bit, and we lift that top leg. Shoot, yes, and we lift the bottom leg to it. Just have like a brain fart there. Breathe it out. Breathe it in. We have 5 and 4. You should be feeling this leg that's holding. You should be feeling that. 2 and 1, and then both legs are going to move together. Lift up. Breathe it out. Ooh, yeah. We have 5 and 4, 3, 2 more, last one, and everything lowers down. We're gonna come onto our backs here for a moment. We'll set that cushion off and do just a little figure 4 stretch. We cross the ankle at the knee there. We lift the leg, interlace the behind, and just tug into that and feel that release across the hip. And then we switch to our other side, and same thing. Find that release through the hip, stretch it out. I'm going to take both of my feet, bottoms of the feet together, and just kind of do a little lying down butterfly and stretch. Okay, we extend the legs out straight. We could hold a weight in our hands if we'd like. And we're going to roll it up, peeling up, pressing out, reaching to those toes, stretch to the toes, And sit up nice and tall, and then roll it back. And same thing, breathe in. We peel it back, exhale it out. It's like we're taking that weight like a rolling pin. Sit up nice and tall, and then we roll it back. So this is where we roll out the body. We're pressing the arm forward close to the body. We're peeling it up, reaching, rolling it out. Sit up nice and tall, check those shoulders, and bring it back in. Okay, I'm gonna set my weight down. We're gonna come all the way up, breathe it out. We're gonna stay up, reach toward those toes, get that nice long stretch through the legs, through the back. And then sit up nice and tall and stay here. We're gonna open the legs just a little. Now, if you're sitting here and you're just feeling like, gosh, that pulls into my low back, I can't sit up straight, you might sit on a yoga block or on a pillow like this one. I'm gonna show you that because that's what goes on in my back. So then I can sit up a little bit taller and my legs are just a little bit below me and I don't feel that pressure in my lower back. Arms are gonna go out wide to the side. We're gonna rotate to one side. That back arm turns under. We reach those pinkies toward the pinkies. They meet up. We release through the spine. Stack the vertebrae. Sit up nice and tall. Rotate to the other side. Roll and release. Stretch it out. Feel those hamstrings. Feel your back. Breathe into it. Breathe it out. Bring it up. Breathe out, release it, stretch it, roll it up. Last one. Find that release, find that stretch. Stack the vertebrae, come forward, and then we just walk those hands out in front of us. We can bend the knees a little bit here if that's a little more comfortable, just decreasing that pull across the hamstrings or the hips or the back if that's where we're feeling it. Then walk it all the way back up. All right, coming off the pillow or whatever you've got, if you have anything at all. Put that off to the side. Come to your all fours once again. Okay, so we can be hands or forearms here. I'm gonna opt for forearms for this one. Getting the shoulders over those forearms, not behind, not way back, way out in front. We gotta find that right structure in the body. Send those legs out and hold a plank. So your knees can be down for this, or they can be up. And then hold here. Look for the length in the spine. Turn those palms up, separating the arms. Check the neck. Nothing going tension-wise there. Drop those heels away. Hold on to it. We're just staying here for a good solid 30 seconds. So we're in our last 10 seconds now. Keep on breathing. Last 4, 3, 2, lower down, pull back, stretch for just a moment. And then we come back to that. So we're gonna come right back to that same position where we're on our forearms or our hands. Extend those legs back. And here I'm gonna give you a couple of options. So we're finding our plank. We can rotate and reach one arm up and back down. Now this can be on your hands or on your forearms. So either or, right? Now if you are not able to lift that arm, you can rotate the hip down, up and over. Right? So a lot of options. I keep looking at the flowers like, I gotta turn those lights on for you guys. Let's go one more time each side. And finish that. And lower everything down. Pull it back, stretch it out. Release the neck. Relax across the shoulders. What do you think of that? Pretty crazy, right? There's a lot of little things on here. Is that too distracting? There we go. So come to a seated position. I'm going to use one weight, and here I'm just going to place the bottoms of the feet together, and I'm going to reach up and over and then back, right. Just a nice long side body stretch, releasing across the shoulders, reaching out into that lateral flexion. Breathe with it. Yeah. We'll do 3 more. Then we're gonna go 2 more. Try to keep your sits bone down because you could easily rock off of that, right? So you just want to try not to do that. Then we're gonna come up onto our knees. You could stay here if you prefer not to be on your knees. Coming onto the knees. Same weight in the same arm. Now we rotate and we pull back. Check the hip. So we're looking to punch across the body, but not to move the hip. Those are my hips, right? Keep those still. Breathe it out. Okay, awesome. So if you wanted to stay on your knees instead of being back over, and bring it in. Breathe it out. And down. Long stretch. Personally, I like the seated one better. Something about the hand on the floor and that mermaid-like stretch, right? We have 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more. Then we turn that palm face down. Check your shoulder, drop it down, rotate, punch across, bring it back. Breathe it out. Breathe it in, check those hips. Shoot, I can't remember how many we did on the other side. Usually it's about 8. I might have done 10 though. So we're gonna go with 10. And maybe we just have one arm is a little stronger than the other. Okay, good. So we're gonna keep moving to a standing position. So sort of like variations here. So if you want to have that chair handy in case you need just a little extra support, do so. Because we're gonna take one leg out and then we're gonna lift and lower. So that arm goes out in front and that leg goes to the side. There's like a little fly right around your face here. We're gonna do 1 more, hold. Pull that knee in, kick it out. Pull it in, kick it out. So you could do this balanced the whole time. Looking a little bit more into that waistline and also into the row. 2 more. 1 more. And down. Okay, so to the other side, I'll just put the chair here in case I need it. So that leg lifts and lowers with the arm. I'll stand away from it here. Breathe it out. We're going for 3 more. 2. And then we're gonna hold this up. We pull that in and out. Pull that in and out. Look for the balance. We have 3. Well, 2, try not to fall. And 1, and done. Good. Weight, chair back over. Weight down, quick sip. All right, still kind of working on the arms here. We take our parallel position, nice and tall in the spine. Circle those arms up. Open up through the sternum, just a little Care Bear stare out into the world, right? Then we roll down through it. Here, taking a moment to stretch across the back, the hips, the glutes, before we then walk all the way out into our plank. Now you can stay in a long plank here or you can lower your knees. It is your choice. We're going into push-ups, my people. I'm gonna go for a long plank. We'll see how we fare. Down and up. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. 2 more. 1 more. Then we walk those hands back to the feet. We stretch it like we did in the beginning. Shake that head no. Roll it up. And taking that slowly to fill all those muscles through the back. We're going to repeat that. So arms circle. We see the sky. We roll down through it. We stretch on the way. Walk it out. I'm going to lower my knees for this next one because I'm going to hug the the elbows into my waistline. Do more of a tricep press. Inhale down. Exhale. Going for 5 here. So whatever amount you've got, go with it. Maybe you've got 10 or 15. That's fine, that's awesome. And then again, walk it back. Hands back to the feet. Stretch it out. Shake that head out. Check the neck and the shoulders. Slowly stack it up. Feel that stretch. Should feel nice. All the way up. Do you have 1 more in you? Yes, you do. Circle it up. Find it. Roll through. Good. Walk it out. Find whatever one. It could be either or. I'm going to go wide again. Lower and lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we walk it back to the feet. We stretch those legs. We roll it up. Okay, nice. Quick step. All right, I'm going to stand on this side of my mat. Take that leg back and keep a nice long spine. Tuck the knee in, extend it back. Tuck the knee, extend it back. You could use your weights with this. Good. Then we hold that back, bend the knee, roll those shoulders back. A little pulse. Pulse, we're tall. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to turn to face towards you because we're in this little lunge and we're going to kick it out in front, drop back to the lunge. Kick it out in front and back to the lunge. Again, weights would be awesome here. I'm going to go back to facing to the side so I don't kick anything. Two more. 1 more. And good. Other side. So again, that long spine into that lunge, right? So we're feeling the length even through the neck. So this is not long. This is long, length of the neck. Pull that in and out. Three, 2, 1. Hold that back. We're tall. Little pulse. Little pulse. Weights for sure here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we kick that out in front of us. Kick and return back down. Kick. Whew. Hold on to it. Kick those arms. We have 5 more. 4 more. 3, 2, and last one. Oh yeah. Okay. Come down to the mat again. We're going to do side plank, work a little bit in our abs, and then stretch it out. So long body, forearm, or if you want your hand down, that's always an option. Weight if you want it. We're going to reach and lift and lower. Yeah? Good. Now you could have that bottom knee bent and be lifting here. Makes it just a little bit lighter if you need it. 2 more. Last one. And we bring it in. Nice. Before we go to the other side, we come onto both elbows. So we're turning to face up. We bring our legs up here. Check that you're not dropping it in through the back. And then here, we do a little beat and lower. A little beat and lower. And beat and lift. And repeat that. I'm keeping my focus out in front of me to keep the back of the neck lengthened. Let's go one more time, down and up. Good. Bring that in. Here, I'm just sinking into it. That's not what you should be doing. Lift, and now extend it out. Breathe in. Now, if you need it a little lighter, one leg. Or try doing double and then a single, right? Find what works for you. We're going to do 2 more, so that we're doing somewhere around 10, maybe 15, and bring that in. Now we go to the other side. I'm just going to stay here. Forearm down, reach that long body, and reach it up and over. Breathe it in, breathe it out. See out in front of you. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Lift those hips up. We have 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And then we come back again. Now this time, we could be hands. Hands obviously is the goal here, because we are going to lift our hips. Now if you have any issues, you could be on your forearms and lift your hips there. It's just a little bit harder. You might be up on a box or a piece of furniture for that. All right, so here it is. We're gonna lift and lower. Now, our goal is gonna be to stretch those legs out straight and lift and lower. But remember, that could be a lot on the knees or on the arms, so you could go with bent, bent, you could go straight, straight. Lots of options. Let's go one more time. Whatever position you've chosen. And then everything comes down, and we definitely need to stretch in front of us for that. Those shoulders. Woo! And roll it up. Okay, one more round of abs. And then we're headed into our stretch time. Lower into your back. And roll out those wrists. Bring the legs to your tabletop. Bring your hands to the back of the head. Lift up. Extend. So we're staying still in the upper body. Shoulders are dropping away from the ears. Elbows remain wide. Now we add a rotation. Then we go straight legs. Now you could reach for it here. You could keep it a little small, you could keep it a little bent. And then we pull that in, keep that there, one hand to the back of the head, one hand pushing into the thigh pushing into the hand. Pull it in. Focus on the hand and the knee, thigh, that traction there. Breathe it out. And switch it out. Same thing. Push that knee away. Push the knee into the hand. That's your focus. You should feel your core really firing. And then everything comes in. Hug those knees in. You can let your feet rest on the mat here. You can lift them up to that tabletop. And here gently release over. Stretch it out. You did it! We're going to just take the next few minutes to release, stretch, breathe, you know, all the good things. Up and over to the other side. Try to keep both shoulders down on the mat here. Feel that, just kind of pull across the torso, in through the spine. We'll bring that back, up, one leg down, and then hug the other knee in. Now you can hold at the shin here, you can hold behind the knee, just kind of trying to relax into that. Just a gentle hug over the leg, right? And then that knee, it stays bent, and we draw it across the midline of the body. Let gravity kind of do its thing and pull it to the floor. And here I'm okay if my opposite shoulder is coming off a little bit. So you should feel an increased kind of spiraling stretch through the spine and down through the hip. And then we bring that back in, release that leg, hug the other knee in, find that place that feels best for you. Feel the legs separate, feel the crease in the hip. Good, and then we pull it across the body. Feel gravity pulling the knee down, reaching in opposition. You should feel an opening stretch through the shoulder pec area, as well as that just kind of tug and pull through the spine. And then carefully, I'm going to keep holding that knee, heel up, all the way up. Sit up nice and tall. You can come back to sitting on a cushion or a yoga block as you place the bottoms of the feet together here. And now we'll just release forward. You're going to let the head drop toward the toes. Stretch it out. Feeling kind of the crease through the hips, a little stretch into the inner thigh. You can gently press those forearms into your knees, your thigh really, and press that down. Oh yeah. Roll it up. Let's go one last stretch over to the side. And last one. Okay, how do you feel? How's the body feel? Are you ready for whatever's next? I certainly hope that you are. Please let me know if there's anything I can help you out with, questions I can answer, all that good stuff. So I will see you next time. Bye, guys.